Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, about 70 degrees right now outside here in the Detroit area. Just a gorgeous morning. It's about 10:30 in the morning, and as usual, I am on my way down to downtown Detroit to teach a yoga class this morning, which begins at 11 a.m. You know, folks, the other day, Abby and I were having a little conversation, just talking about things. And she was talking about her family, and she said they do everything in a perfunctory way. And I thought about that word. I'm like, okay, let's make sure we understand what the word means. So the word perfunctory means that you're doing the minimum amount that you need to do. And you know, my friends, I think that you know, a lot of times a lot of us do that, but we should really be giving 100% attention to what we're focusing on. If it's a person, you know, if it's our work, whatever it is, we want to give it 100%. We don't want to do the minimum. So this led us to a conversation about other things with a lot of people that we know in our families that just do the minimum. You know, they'll call you up once in a while, like just to make an obligatory call to see how you're doing, but they really don't really care how you're doing. They're just doing it because they think that they should do it. And you know, my friends, I firmly believe that this is not the way to go, unless you want to go to hell, if you believe in that. If you believe in karma, that's fine, and that's bad karma for you, and somewhere along the line, you know, you might get paid back for that. So whatever you believe in. Now, I think we all believe in something, because otherwise there would be no motivation for us to do anything good or kind or compassionate, to be good people. So there's something within us that makes us want to be good human beings, most of us anyway. I think we have that within us, and we know it's the right thing to do. So regardless if you know or if we know why we're doing it or not, we know it's the right thing to do. So, you know, my belief is that we have something within us that compels us to do that, because maybe in the next life there might be something better, you know. So we might believe in a little bit of karma. Now here's another story that I wanted to share with you that kind of relates to what my wife and I were talking about the other day. Last year I had a heart attack at the end of July. And a couple weeks later, I think it was, I don't remember the exact time frame, but a little while later, Abby was at a family function, and her brother-in-law came up to her and said, you know, asked how I was doing. He said, you know, how's Dave doing? I hope he's doing okay. And Abby just, you know, told him, you know, he's doing okay. He's just resting and recovering. And then before she left the party, she went back up to her brother-in-law and said, thank you for asking about Dave. And you know what his response was? His response was, oh, I didn't do it for Dave, I did it for myself. Literally, that's what he said. Now, why would anybody say that? Why would you ask about somebody, you know, express concern for somebody if you're doing it for yourself? So anytime you do anything for yourself, you're just digging your own grave. You're you know, I don't know how to explain it to you, but like, you know, you're preparing yourself for the hell realm. You know, we might call it that. But you know what I mean. Regardless, whatever spirituality or religion you practice, you understand. So my friends, you know, I think we want to do things in a sincere way. We want to really find a way to be concerned about other people. This is the way to happiness. Now, Abby's brother-in-law might not have thought about that, but I think, at the minimum, he will, at the time of his death, that these things are going to come back up, and in some way, whether there's another reality after this one or not. So, and my friends, it's the same with a lot of YouTube channels that we've all watched or that we, love to hate or whatever. When people are just doing something and they're just on camera showing about, what, how much fun they're having or how great their life is, or look at all the things I have over and over and over again. Look at what I'm buying. They're not serving anybody. Now there's plenty of channels out there that do teach us things. There's channels out there that teach us technology. There's channels out there that just teach us by example. For example, like camping channels. All of the camping channels that I've watched always teach being respectful to the earth. Leaving things the way you found them, not damaging the environment around them, and showing their appreciation for the beauty of life around them, the trees, the sky, the mountains, and so forth. So they teach us things. But we know that there's other channels that teach us just the opposite, And even though they may preach about God or about religion or read to you from the Bible, they're not, they're like the devil, which my teacher used to always say, the devil comes in priestly robes. So the devil comes in disguise. Now the devil might not be a real devil, it might be just our own, the dark side of us, the bad side of us. And I know we all have that within us. We all have the capability to do terrible things, but we have it in check. We have control over it, and we are more in touch with the good side than the dark side. Anyway, my friends, this is just how I try to live my life. Now, I'm not perfect at it, and I'm not trying to preach. I'm just telling you what's on my mind today. Sometimes I say stupid things, I say mean things, just like the rest of us. But, I could tell you many stories about times when I've said something stupid or mean to somebody or hurtful to somebody, and then left and thought about it for a while, and then made the call and said I'm sorry. And I could tell you stories about how it worked out for the benefit of myself and for the benefit of the other person too. So, we just have to be aware of these things. When we say something bad, something mean, we may have overreacted or just reacted without thinking, but we can always try to repair that and say I'm sorry. And how many of us, it's so difficult for us to say I'm sorry, to recognize that I made a mistake, I did something wrong. And I think we all know, most of us are probably aware of the one YouTube channel where he does nothing wrong, never will apologize, blames it on somebody else, blames it on hate subscribers, and blames it on somebody else. So that's not the way to go, my friends. So please, if you watch those channels, watch them and let them teach you a lesson of how not to be. And find people that are gentle, that are kind, that are compassionate, that are loving, and that can teach by good example. All right, my friends, I'm about to pull into the athletic club where I teach. Thanks for listening to my nonsense. I'll see you later. Have a great day today.